Man, now we get into the events of the world, some of the nonsense going on, man. We had our fun for Fragrance Friday. Now we're getting into the what the hell
Yeah.
is going on in the world.
Yeah.
And to today's big thing for me, and I was like, again, I'm not big into politics, so I don't know what the hell's really popping off like that at the White
Yeah.
House, but I see Zelensky, President Zelensky of the Ukraine
Hmm.
is having a meeting at the White House with JD Vance and Donald Trump, and it sounds like there's just reporters everywhere.
Hmm.
And he's in town, and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to work with you guys. I need you guys to help me. I'm trying to get a ceasefire. I don't want to be in this war with Russia. We're losing people. We're having to bring people in and put them on the front lines, and we're just trying to we want peace."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, man, like it just went from we want
From
peace to you're playing with us, man. You playing with my emotions. Like we got your back, and so you're trying to act like you could just talk some kind of way to Russia, and you don't really want no peace, and you're not appreciative of what we're
yeah.
doing for you. And when was the last time you said thank you?
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm like,
It sounded to me like it turned into a whole scolding session at that point
it's like trying to teach
because
your kids manners.
yeah, it really was.
What do
And
you
and
say?
again, just to kind of clarify, we're not political. We're not into politics or into policy or any of that shit, government shit. Um, I watched the video only because Big Joe sent it to me on the IG. Checked it out. I watched the entire video. I was also like, what the hell am I watching right now? It looks like
I
granddad is scolding his his fucking grandkids and being like,
He's like,
you need to
you don't have any cards. And Zelensky's like, I'm not playing cards. He's like, you're playing cards and you don't have any
you
cards.
don't have it. Yeah.
I was like,
I was looking at the video and I was thinking to myself, what the hell am I watching right now? What the hell is really going on? Now,
what
mind you,
got me? Yeah, bro, what got me was I would never on my bingo card of life would I have ever thought I'd watch a video where one president is scolding the leader of another country
nation.
the way like he was just all in Ukraine's
Oh, he was
ass.
in his ass, bro. Once you saw Vance stop talking and you saw Donald get like into that conversation,
Yeah.
and then
Hey,
it
bro,
just turned,
he was hyping Donald up, bro.
bro.
Donald Trump was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Say another
Yeah.
motherfucking word,
I was like,
and this shit is
oh.
over.
And Zelensky standing, and he's just sitting there like,
Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Mother Beach, you have one more time, Mother Beach.
And he's talking about you're trying to start World War III, and
You're fooling around with World War III.
bro, it just got
I was like,
to
damn, son, is
me.
it that serious?
It seems to me like our political leaders and other political leaders as at that need to take some time to have a little bit more professionalism whenever it comes to, especially when you're directing somebody from a different nation, a president from a different nation. I would feel like both of them should have shown more respect, especially in front of the press, in front of all those reporters and everything else. Like, if you're gonna have that conversation, you can always pull your homie aside and be like, "Look, you fucking up right now."
Hey,
And
bro, I'm gonna have to get in your ass in
yeah,
front of everybody because I'm not trying to show no like I'm bullshitting right now.
exactly.
But hey,
Um,
we
but I
cool,
think,
right? We cool.
that in the world that we live in now, people want to see that. People want to see our
I know
president
I
get all
don't,
hype.
bro. I don't
I'm
want to
like,
see that.
to me, it didn't matter. I don't really pay attention to none of that shit or listen to any of that stuff that's going on. Again, just to
What?
clarify, before everybody gets upset in the comments, I am not political. No, I don't vote. I don't give a shit if you care if I do or if I don't. It don't matter to me. It ain't gonna make me cry or any of that other shit. So say what you want to say. I don't do any of that shit.
I just didn't understand why they had to make a scene like that. Like they
Yeah.
were just tag teaming on him. And then after it was over, they were like, oh, that's gonna Donald Trump, bro. From Donald Trump, that's gonna make great TV. I'm like, I mean, is that what we're worried about? We're worried about making great TV, and
Sounds like
this is a,
somebody
this
here
is
in
a
Dallas.
leader here. This is a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and you're talking to him like he's your kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he just wrecked your car, and you're just going ham on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, not because, again, this is not because of a political thing, but it's more of a just as a human nature type deal. We've talked about this before, right? Like
Yeah.
the main thing we're trying to push is positivity with your people and people around you. Like, try to be that change that you want to see.
Yes.
I don't
Exactly.
want the leader of my country showing his tail, because what does that do? That empowers other people. Well, the president can do it. Well, we can
We
do it.
do.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, bro. Like, you have to lead by example. You have to be calm and composed when you talk to people, because all that shows is it's okay to go off the handle and be disrespectful and put people on blast. That's not cool, bro. Like,
No.
especially coming from leadership.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went to work and you had a manager that did something like that. You'd be like, "Oh, that's unprofessional."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or a leader of a corporation was talking down to an employee. Your immediate thought would be like, "Who am I working for?"
Exactly.
Like, how can this person be like that? That's so unprofessional. That's unbecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine he runs the entire United States. Magnify that one company by the United States,
To an entire country.
and you just out here just dog
I
walking
mean,
his ass in front of everybody.
we have people out here now that you're in your jobs and you see a manager acting out of turn. You know, how many of us are not gonna say something back or step up or shit, even go get to a point to where you do something to get fired
Y'all
because
ready
of
to
something like
fist
that.
fight somebody for less than that?
So I mean, just like you said, bro, leaders should lead by example and not show their ass basically on TV and allow everybody else to be like, just like you said, well, if the president did it, why the hell can't I do it? I can do that the same thing too. And that's the biggest thing that we need to take away from that is when you show people the way that you are and the way that you're willing to put yourself out there like that, it gives people that leniency to be like, well, hell, if they can do it, I can do it too. And then that's what causes problems altogether. So just think about what you guys are doing whenever you're on national TV. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Don't take
You
advice from Donald Trump. Don't follow that example. I mean, he's the president of the United States. I'm not gonna down talk him. I'm not
yeah.
gonna be disrespectful, because ultimately he is the leader of the United States.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with a whole lot of what he says or what he does, but he's in office. Ain't nothing that you can do about it. You have to learn to, like, we're past that now, right? We've
Yeah.
already talked about that. We're past the point of, well, I'll vote for somebody else. That
Yeah.
time came and went. So now it's okay. He's here now. Now what? You got to make the best of a bad situation for some of y'all. For some of y'all, it's like we're making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Hmm.
Some of y'all are just like, oh, I love it, and
I'm
I
here for it.
I command everything that he does. Hey, that's your opinion,
Yep.
and that's fine. We can agree to disagree. We can agree to agree. I mean, it's every walk of life. Your opinion matters, even if it's different from mine. It still matters, and you have the right to have that opinion.
Facts.
So that's more of the mentality we need, and we don't need public, like, bro. That's like world star type. That's all I was waiting on was for JD Vance to just start world star. Like, bruh.
Would have been hilarious. That would
It's
have made one hell of a
unnecessary
TikTok.
to down talk another grown individual like that.
Yeah.
Like you're just greater than or above.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. He's here to meet with you, and he's trying to. And JD Vance, I can understand his point where he's like, "Hey, look, we're not here to litigate it in front of using the U.S. Press and media. You're trying to play this off here in front of everybody and try to get, I guess, kind of like garner sympathy and garner like, hey, you're in the right and you haven't been treated fairly and blah blah blah." He's like, no, we're not doing that. Like, we're neutral here. We're trying to just get peace. So I understood that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
way to set the groundwork. Like, hey, man, we're not favoring you. We're not favoring them. We're just trying to get some kind of an understanding so that we can end this violence.
Yeah.
But then after that, it just went like it got lost in the sauce.
Like it started really well, and then it just kind of went. As soon as it got to the part where you haven't even said thank you to the president, you haven't even said it's like that's all I could hear after that. It's like, what the hell was the point of setting it up?
You want timeout?
What the hell was the point of setting the bar that high, and then for all of a sudden the interview just to go right down
all the way, bro?
I was like, okay, that made a lot of sense.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
So, man, like I said, it was that we just had to talk about it because it was just outrageous. It was outrageous to see that coming from a grown man, from two grown men, talking to a third individual, just lambasting him in front of the United States for everyone to see. So we'll see, man. We'll see how that all plays out. We'll see if Zelensky's like, hey, you know what? To hell with y'all. And we're kind of throwing it in his face like you're lucky we got your back, because if not, you'd have been smacked around. So it's like, bro, that's those are the friends like you don't want to have, the ones that are like when you're down on your luck and you're like, you're lucky you got a friend like me.
Because if not,
throw it all in your face. They do one good thing for you and then throw it in your face. Like that's what that is. Remember that time you needed $20 and I loaned it to you?
You remember?
Yeah. Let it go, bro.
Just
let it go.
Leave it alone.
Like, it's not that serious.
It's not.
If you were gonna bother me like that, then you shouldn't let me borrow it. Like,
for real.
It's aggressive, so